Christmas cake is patience and booze, lots of it, but mostly patience, and not the kind of patience that you are thinking of. No. The holidays bring stress. Mama and Daddy are trying to plan everything. Papa and Grandpa are constantly asking for times and dinners. They want to help in the kitchen, but trust me, they are no help. And Christy wants to know where the gin is. My brothers are stressed because how in the hell are they going to travel up north with the little ones? The little ones are just babbling on about Santa Claus. The sister-in-laws want to bake something or help in that regard. Aunt Christy really wants to know where the gin is, and now Papa has jumped on that train. Grandpa is now pestering Mom about what time dinner will be, but the roast isn't cooking fast enough no matter what Mama does, so where in the hell living hell is the gin because Mama needs some too? Then there's me, the college student, the lone wolf, the caffeine addict with a cat and a fucked sleep schedule, and no driver's license. Yeah, that makes things a little bit complicated with the holidays, especially with that wicked snowstorm that's coming up. But that's the holidays. That's not the patience I'm talking about, though. No, the key to a traditional Irish Christmas cake is patience, in the sense that you can start this damn cake in October and it still won't be 100% up to Mimi's standards by Christmas time. No, at best you need to start this cake 6 months in advance, and you better treat that recipe card as if it's the Bible. You know, I can still hear her now. William! Do not touch that cake that has to soak for 4 more months, don't you? Touch it! Gotta love that woman. That cake needs to be soaking, and I mean soaking. If you haven't started this cake by now, you might as well throw in the towel. Call it a night. Head into the kitchen and search a gin. It is a lost cause. But if you must know, this is how you get started. 3 cups of raisins, 1/3 cup candied orange peel, 1/3 cup candied lemon peel, 1 medium orange zested, 1 medium lemon zested. Hold on, can you hold this for a second? Thank you. I need to get something off my chest. I've been making this damn cake for years, and I still don't know what counts as a medium orange. An orange is an orange. A small orange is a cutie, but a cutie is a cutie, and a clementine is a clementine, and don't even get me started on lemons! What are you doing? Don't read ahead, give me that. Jesus, who raised you? Certainly not my medium. 1½ cups of cherries. Are they medium cherries or small cherries?
Small cherries.
Wrong. 1/2 cup of sliced almonds. 2 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon mixed spice, 1 teaspoon ground nutmeg, 1 1/4 cup butter room temperature. Specifically, set your house to 71 degrees Fahrenheit and allow the butter to warm gently in a little blanket so it doesn't get a sinus infection in the bipolar-ass Kentucky weather. 1 2/3 cup brown sugar, 5 large eggs. Hear that, large. Make sure it's not a medium egg. The note card says so. And then 1 cup of Irish whiskey. 2 cups of Irish whiskey. 1 bottle of Irish whiskey. Might be 2 for good luck. And before you even start on the cake mix itself, you're going to want to soak the raisins, candied peel, and citrus zest in a bowl of whiskey overnight. Specifically, a warm night in July. The world changes the summer after high school graduation. You throw your grad cap in the air, you sing your high school fight song one last time, and suddenly the most significant chapter in your life is over. I've already passed off the badge of Creative Writing Club President to Mel, and the crown of journalism editor to Colin, which means I have absolutely no responsibilities here forthon. May is a party. You graduate, you celebrate, you look on in hope with a high school diploma in your hand and a university and college acceptance letter. And then June, the preparation starts, packing. It's still far off though, no need to stress or pace or anything like that. I mean, all you're doing is just picking yourself up from the little town that you grew up in and moving yourself 4.5 hours away to a town where you know absolutely nobody and no driver's license to get you home whenever you want to. kind of stuck. But it's so far off though. I mean, we still have those grad parties to go to and that vacation. Just don't think about it. But in July, it starts to soak in. It goes from I'm leaving town after summer to I'm leaving in 1 month. Less than 1 month. 2 weeks. 5 days. Tomorrow, I'm leaving. But that's besides the point. Preheat the oven to 280 degrees Fahrenheit. Butter and line a 10-inch baking pan and set aside. Rinse off the cherries and pat dry with a paper towel. Toss them in flour and then set aside. And then in a large bowl, you're going to want to combine the flour and your mixed spice of ground nutmeg. And make sure to combine evenly. But then set aside, set aside, set aside, set aside. Being set aside is so polysemous. You know, in this case, these things are lucky because they're being set aside because they have greater meaning, a use, significance later on in the process. And if they're ever lost, then, you know, they can just look at the handy dandy recipe card and it's all laid out right there in front of them. And they have a hand to guide them along their way. But other things aren't so lucky. Being set aside means that you're forgotten. You don't have a use. I mean, take our orange that we zested earlier. You all probably forgot about her, right? She's been used. She's not pretty anymore. Now she's harder to peel. Who would want her? No one. So we set her aside. Hopefully one of the little ones will eat her during snack time. Anyways. The key to an Irish Christmas cake is courage. A fruit cake is never a good gift for somebody. And I mean never. And a fruitcake that has been set aside and locked away in a dark closet for half the year while soaking in Irish whiskey does not sound appealing in the slightest. But I'd be damned if I didn't eat my portion. I mean, that old folklore glare that Mimi would send my way, could put anybody into a coma. I love that woman, but Jesus Christ. But I'm hard on her, but she taught me a lot of things, Mimi. She was the embodiment of kindness and strength that only a mother would know, and I mean, she raised my dad, so she had to be strong. But he was a wild child. I didn't get that gene. Anyways, I didn't visit her when she went to the hospital. I don't like hospitals. The downside to being hemophobic and prone to passing out in medical contexts is that you never get to say a first hello or a last goodbye. When someone's in the hospital, you're often left in the dark because your family knows how mentally draining it is for you to hear the details. It's a weird limbo and it's hard to grieve. But the upside is that I didn't have to visit her in the hospital. I didn't have to see her hooked up to all those monitors, and ventilators. No, when I picture Mimi, I see my Mimi. The lively Mimi who took me to the zoo and showed me theater for the first time and taught me how to make an Irish Christmas cake. When Mimi passed, Mama and I took over the tradition of making the Irish Christmas cake. And before you even start mixing everything together, it is tradition to close your eyes, hold everyone's hand, and reflect on those you've lost so they can put their energy into the cake itself. Nowadays, I reflect on a lot of people. Michelle, August 2017. Mimi, August 2018. Grandma, July 2019. Hannah the cat, September 2019. And Uncle Kenny, March 2020. High school wasn't fun for me. Every year became a year first, so much so that by senior year I was wondering who's next. A year of firsts is supposed to teach you things, ease you into normalcy, teach you how to go about family traditions when there's a seat missing at a table. But if you're constantly having years of firsts over and over and overlapping each other, it becomes this cacophony of static and grief that you don't know how to navigate. But you watch as everyone else puts on a brave face, but you know deep down that they are turning numb, just like you. At least you hope. Nothing ever creams together when years of firsts happen that way. Everything separates. But cream together your butter and sugar on high until pale and fluffy. Do not shortcut this step. I'm watching all of you, okay? Then slowly add in your eggs one at a time. Then slowly fold in your dry ingredients. Finally, add the raisins and citrus zest and all the cherries and all the good stuff except for the almonds. Do not do the almonds. I fucking hate almonds. Don't tell me that. And as you mix things together, it is also tradition to make a wish. I always have a hard time thinking of wishes. I always try to act like I made one to appease Mimi and Mama, but sometimes I wish that a wish would come to me, but by that point I've already used my wishes in vain. Christmas, New Year's, shooting stars, birthdays, I never make a wish. Happy 19th birthday. First college birthday. Yay. Happy 20th birthday. Happy 21st birthday. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Pour your cake batter evenly into that 10-inch pan that you prepared earlier. Bake on the middle shelf for about 1 hour at 280 degrees Fahrenheit. Then, lower the temperature by 40 degrees and bake for another 2 hours. This gives the cake ample time to think. You know how in the Great British Baking Show, those people always stress watch their ovens even though no one in the naked eye can see the changes that are happening because it's so slow? I always thought those people were crazy. But then, once your cake is finally hot and out of the oven, you'll want to feed your cake with Irish whiskey every 2 weeks. And you have to be diligent in feeding your cake. Be sure to make... Hey, Mama. What's up? No, yeah, this is a good time. Oh. Yeah, that's fine. No. Yeah, I just need a minute to process. I can figure something out. It's just... No, I don't want you guys driving in the snow. Yeah. Yeah, there's always New Year's, right? Yeah, we can FaceTime over Christmas. Yeah, it's okay. Sorry. keeps with Irish whiskey. You have to be diligent. It's not just a flowery step to make sure that your cake is boozy and drunk enough to get through the holiday season. It's just to preserve it. The key to an Irish Christmas cake is authenticity. You have to follow your path exactly as it is written. At least, that's what Mimi always taught me. If you don't, then things will separate and they won't cream together, and all your fruit mix will go moldy, and it'll just be this big mess, and you'll end up as a fruit cake that nobody wants. But who wants a fruit cake anyway, right? No. I think that the key to an Irish Christmas cake is growth alone. It takes time, it takes patience, it takes courage, but if you just let it grow and it allows itself to grow under the conditions, then everything will work out in the end. Finally, hide any imperfections of your Irish Christmas cake with powdered sugar, candy peel, and citrus zest, and serve. And before you dig in, it's always tradition to make one final wish. I'll be home for Christmas. You can count on me. Please have snow and mistletoe, presents under the tree. I'll be home for Christmas. Only in my dreams. If only